Our Vyas Puja, I'm going to ask the devotees from the Firish Saraswati Mandir to do us our next devotional here this beautiful evening. Devotees who just come here, let me say once again, welcome to all of you. I'll be giving you the names of the different Mandir as we're going to perform our Vyas Puja. Devotees, do enjoy this beautiful rendition.
जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम
giving praise and thanks to that Supreme Ram. Devotees, let me once again acknowledge the devotees from the various mandir. We have devotees from the Lancaster Govinda Mandir, the Wim Waterside Mandir, the Wim Roadside Ramakrishna Mandir, the Letikani Shiv Shankar Mandir, the Letikani Sri Gopal Mandir. Also we have devotees from the Port Brunch Shavala, from Samri Shri Krishna Mandir, from Daktavo Shri Krishna Mandir, from Albion Front Vishnu Mandir, and to all you wonderful devotees here, and to our very own Pandidino, then you have Mataji Tara, and to our very own Bhaiji Sadesh with us, and all you wonderful devotees here that making this wonderful sacrifice to being here as we serve Dharma together. Once again, devotees, let me say acknowledge the presence of Pidaji Bill with us, also Bhaiji Krishna with us, also we have Pandit Ian's son with us, and also Bhaiji Alvin with us. Give yourself a big round of applause, sisters and brothers. As we are all one big family together, we all serve in the same Krishna, the same Ram, the same Durga, the same Lakshmi, and we are all God children. In each one of us, we have that God within us, that Krishna within all of us. To do us our next devotion here this evening, I ask no other than Mataji Tara.
Bholenath
Beautifully done by Mataji Tara. Give her a bigger round of applause. By glorifying the name of Sadhashiv Bhagwan, you know, Mataji Tara is our very own in the Albion area. Let me once again, devotees, she says, Swagatam, those of you just come in, let me say a word of Swagatam to all of you. You know, after listening as earlier, and after listening out to this wonderful bhajan, with the dholak and the harmonia accompanied with the dantal, we are all in the right frame of mind to listen to our Panditji for tonight pravachan. And tonight pravachan will be dealt with the Ramcharitmanas. So devotees, as we take a drive, as we're going to all take a drive to that beautiful place where we're going to listening to the words of our Panditji, where you're going to echo from the golden pageant of the Ramcharitmana. With all due respect, hand you over to our Vyas Maharaj, who is no other and no stranger to us into this Burmese here, Regency. Give him a round of applause. Panditji, Anandji. Over to you, Panditji.
प्रेम से बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की, आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. Devotees, all is moment, let's all put our hands together this evening. As you join in prayers, we'll welcome Bhagwan in our hearts. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Saraswatye Namah. Om Shri Guru Charana Kamalabhyo Namah. Akandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Taparam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Verase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaya Patye Namah. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Together. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Durge Rupena Samsrita. Namastasye, 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 Namo Namah. Namastasye, Namo Namah. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Beloved Shrotagan, respected Pandits, loving devotees of the Divine Bhagwan, Pawan Putra Bhagwan, Bhagwan Shri Ram, Adi Shakti Durga Devi, lovers of Satya Sanatana Dharma, Mandals from various locations, and all of you this evening for joining in Gyaan Satsangh. I welcome you on behalf of our Yajman, Swagatam. My humble salutation, Namaskar, Pranam Sitaram to each and every one of you. Tonight, as we all gather here, this beautiful evening, as we are about to listen to Katha, we have learned in Ramcharitmanas about this great Devata or being, who known as Hanumanji, and today is highly auspicious. Likewise on Saturday as well, we pay salutation to this divine. And the teaching in my katha this evening is about how we carry ourselves as devotee, and how should we carry ourselves as devotee in having the full benefits, benefits is not accumulate wealth and being happy of material existence, but how we can be healthy in serving the name of Bhagwan, in uplifting our dharma, in performing good action. Tonight, I begin Katha taking you to the golden pages of Sri Ramcharitmanas. The battle in Lanka has been completed, and it's almost 14 years where Bhagwan Sri Ram entered Kiskinder forest. And it's about time for him to return back to Ayodhya, loving devotees and friends. And you remember, as like every one of us, time is very, very special in our life. You remember the words of Bharat. He says, Bharat says to him that, O Lord, do not make one day pass that time of 14 years. And Bhagwan Sri Ram, likewise, he take that words for granted. And as he about to go back to Ayodhya, in his mind, he do not want a second less than 14 years. Before I commence, I proceed more further in Katha this evening. How much of you value time? Raise your hand. Don't lie, you're in Satsangh. It means when you value time, if you know you have to be at the location for a specific time, let's say 10 a.m., does not mean you will show up at 10 a.m. You must show up before. Because in our way, there are obstacles, loving devotees and friends, which we cannot control, but we can avoid them. Is not so? Why time is very important? It says time can make us and time can destroy us as well. And that is the most important aspect in listening to Katha this evening. But once Sri Ram, he take time very, very serious, not even a second. Loving devotees, commencement of Katha. He is thinking in his mind, should I go back to Ayodhya? When you go to vacation, have you ever think, or for example, for myself, do you think when the time gets closer, I would say, should I go back? Because look how much of you coming to Satsang here. And maybe I decide to stay. Bhagwan Sri Ram think as well. He says, should I go back to Ayodhya, to my birthplace, to my parents, to my brother, to my devotees, and everything that he gave up for 14 years? And like all of us, thought may come into our mind, what kind of thought? Goswami Tulsidas speak in our first Chopai as we begin Katha. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram,
Sri Ram Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Baltaya madhukina lagina, Vai jala siya bhata Viradha, Bharata Vitava Mahakarata Kima, Ayodhya Puri Vihatara Gadhai.
Sri Ram Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Rama, Sri Ram Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram,
Sri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Ram Jai Ram.
Bhagwan Sri Ram is thinking to himself that one day if the citizen of Ayodhya will remember him. These are the words. He says, one day if my devotee will remember me. He continued to think further, loving devotees and friends. He says that one day if Bharat, my brother, is ruling comfortably in Ayodhya, and by returning to Ayodhya, I create hurt to him. This is the way the Lord is speaking. Loving devotees, how much of us are thinking like this? Raise your hand. Nobody. How much of you will think like this? It says, imagine your brother is coming back or your sister is coming back to live in Guyana, and you know for a fact that the house is in, you know the name and stuff like that. Eventually what you will do, you'll make sure you go and you look for a good liar before they come. Because you know in the mind, they're coming to fight for the house and the land. Bhagwan Sri Ram is thinking a little different, loving devotees and friends. He's thinking, wonder if the people are, Bharat is comfortable, and by going there, I will create disturbance or hurt. Do we think like that? Sometimes we as human beings, we think we know better than one another, and we go and we put ourselves here, there, everywhere, without permission. It says in life, when we begin our puja, it says very importantly, loving devotees and friends, when you do Dharti Puja, do you know the purpose of Dharti Puja? Any one of you? Why we do Mother Earth Puja first? In seeking the blessings, it says, Ganapati Bhava Puja perform first, but we will say a prayer before we take asan. Om Prithvi Tvaya Trita. You know the prayer? It says, firstly, we're asking Mother Earth permission to grant us the permission so this puja may be successful and will be successful if we have determination. Loving devotees and friends, Hanumanji, he is the knower of Bhagwan Sri Ram from in and out and however you may put it. And sometimes we as well, we tell ourselves that, you know, I know my husband so well that when I need to go to Pandit to open a book, the husband don't need to go, I will go because I know him. Vice versa for the wife. I'll tell you this, if they come to me, I do not open book for anyone because I don't like for someone to take my information and find out about mine without my permission. Likewise, we must respect one another and respect each other as well. This is what Katha is teaching us, loving devotees and friends. Hanumanji knows everything what Sri Ram is thinking. And it says, Hey Prabhu, do not have fear. It says when it comes to puja, we should not scared of anything at all. It says negative influence may be everywhere, but as we pray, and it says the shell and the bell create what? Positive energy. It says whatever is there, it has to go away. Even though if they're very, what the term use? When people now here, what do you call that term? Stubborn, right? You ever heard that term before? Kids? Do you have stubborn kids in Kalyo? I mean in Guyana? Loving devotees, Hanumanji says, have no fear, O Prabhu. I will go myself to Ayodhya and I will observe exactly everything that you're thinking. And by coming back to you, then you will choose if you want to go or you want to stay. Beginning of this phase of the Katha, what you learn? It says, it takes someone with trust. It takes someone that we must believe in life. Would you be able to trust someone to go somewhere, investigate for you and come back and tell you what's going on in Kalyo? Even though what they see, you know it better, you want me to tell you. Here's a game we used to play in school. And I don't know you play it still now. That person next to the person will say a word and it will go around the classroom. And by the time you come back to me, they might add something to it or they delete something, but totally something else. What Katha teaches us, dedication, loving devotees and friends. Hanuman took the oath and the vow. He says, Prabhu, grant me the permission. And as I'm going to Ayodhya, let me return safely back to you. Hanumanji is also teaching us a lesson. When we leave our home to go anywhere, now you say, Pandit, not anywhere, but you are the one who choose to go the places, right? Kata says, whenever we choose to go anywhere and we are leaving our home, it is a must to say a prayer. So we know it. Are we practicing it? Why we say the prayer now is that we are saying, hey Bhagwan, take me to my location safely so that I may return safely home. How much people leave their house or their home, their family? They did not have the opportunity to come back. Kata teaches us that as we leave our home, Hanumanji says, hey Prabhu, let me have your darshan, your blessings, and bless me so that I will go to Ayodhya and I will see everything, I will investigate and observe everything, and I will come back to you. And with your blessings, let me travel safe. Continuation of Katha this evening. Uttarkand Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidas tells. Shri Rama Jai Rama Jaya Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Rahi ek din avan aala sab jaman dhuka par apna
Sri Ram Jai Ram Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
karna kavana naat nahi aayo janani kulta
Sri Ram Jai Ram Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
It says this evening that Hanumanji disguised himself because he says that if anyone see him, his true forms, they might get scared and they may start to scream, they might start to yell. And any time that occurs in our life, it will create attention. So what he chose to do, he disguised himself, loving devotees, and he went to Ayodhya. Kata tells us this evening, while he is going, he is singing praise to Bhagwan Shri Ram. And as he's singing praise to Bhagwan Shri Ram, like all of us this evening, we as well have the opportunity to sing praise to this divine. But if I ask you here, did you sing yet for tonight? What will be the answer? For those of you who did, I must say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And who did not? It says, as Hanumanji teaches us, to chant Ram name, and by chanting the Lord name, anything that's impossible will become possible. Kata says this evening, that Hanumanji, as he began his journey, he has the opportunity to chant God's name. And likewise, as we are all here this evening, let us all chant together with one voice. Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Everyone?
Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Bolo मिलन करने राम का नाम चोर पाए शीश सब तेज और का बोलो राम जय जय राम जय राम बोलो राम बोलो राम जय जय राम जय राम.
It says in life, we must learn to chant God's name everywhere. We have learned that, you know what? Only in the mandir, only when the place is purified, only certain place we must chant God's name. But it says that any way that is contaminated, anything that is contaminated, by chanting the name of God, it become purified. I want to clear a point this evening. We have learned many times, and people have debated, that you know what? Whenever we make our prasadam, whenever we are doing our offerings and so forth, we must make sure we take things very seriously, not to contaminate things or the ingredients with you know what, right? I don't want to tell you or name it. Beloved devotees and friends, we must learn something as we all hear in Gyaan Satsangh. It says when we offer fruits or prasadam to Bhagwan, what the deities are partake of. Do you ever thought about it? Do you know? What do they consume? Any one of you? Thank God for the Gyaan Satsang this evening. I'll break it down in Guyana language. When you take your tari and you cut up the watermelon, the banana, and the fruits, and the mahanbog, and the puri, the lapsi, everything you sweat and you make in the backyard, nobody can come and touch, nobody can do this, nobody can do that. There's lot of restriction, is not so? When you offer your offerings for whatever you bless with and how much you pay, I don't care. But whatever is the tali, when you offer, what Bhagwan partake? Nobody knows. It says Bhagwan, or maybe if you know, you're scared to speak. It says in school, when you want to learn, right or wrong, just yell it out. Lovely devotees and friends. It says Bhagwan will consume or partake in the scent. Do you agree or not? The same way you left the prasad there, the same you'll go back and everything remained the same until we have been criticized that, you know what, we're feeding God fruits and X, Y, and Z. But there is a different dimension of knowledge beside the offerings. And I know for a fact, if you do not believe this, when the puja finish, some prasadam does be tasty and some does not be tasty. I don't know about you, but I experience it. And maybe you never try it. So as you're going back home and living your life as normal, try it, and then you will know about what? Loving devotees, tonight it says that whenever we profit and every time we make offerings, we must sprinkle the water Om Apavitra Pavitra Vaha. Even if you offer it, you have to recite our prayer 100 times throughout the puja. Because the longer the thing sit there, is the more contaminated it becomes. And as soon as you pick up the tari, the Pandit sprinkle the water with a mantra and right away to the feet of Bhagwan. Older folks, when we go to Jandi house, and you people by Mahesh house this evening, beside myself, anybody? Raise your hand, be proud. Jai Bhagwan. See, a true thing, I just stop. I'm the only one there. When I used to go back in time at the Jandi, Parsad does not come from the kitchen, you know. It says the Parsad is cut right by the asan. You will have the whole big watermelon like this, the muskmelon, whatever. And while the puja is doing, there's an old lady that's been there, I don't know what you call it. And they will cut the Parsad, how the puja goes. And as soon as they cut, they cover it with a nice white piece of cloth. When you tell young generation about this, it says, Old people does not went to school, they don't know what they're doing. Just bring the parsad off and let it, I have to go, we have to go, we have things to do. Lovely devotees, I'll tell you, be careful how you are making offerings into puja, because puja can bless us and puja can hurt us as well. So tonight, it says that Hanumanji, as he took this oath and vow, he chanted the name of Bhagwan, and by chanting the name of Bhagwan Shri Ram, it says by entering to Ayodhya with his true forms, and that's why I love to disguise myself when I'm moving around society as well, because I'm following the footsteps of Hanumanji. Loving devotees. It says he disguised himself as a sadhu, a brahmana. And as he is walking around and he's chanting the name at the gateway, the dwar of Ayodhya, the city, it says by Ram name is chanting, the devotee will always want to listen to bhajan. What happened this evening? It says in Katha here, that chanting the name of Bhagwan Shri Ram, Bharat in his little kutya, in the little hut, he is hearing the chanting. What he is chanting? Anybody knows? He just chant when he was flying. He just chant when he is walking. He chant when he disguised himself. He chant while he is entering. Everywhere he just chant what? What he chant? Nobody knows? I'll remind you this evening. What he chant? These are the words. Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
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 Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Says the brother of Bhagwan Shri Ram, Bharat, he is in his little hut, hearing the name, someone is chanting Bhagwan Shri Ram name. He thought to investigate to see who is this person. And as he is going to look for this person, but I want to remind you, before Ram went to exile, the kingdom has been given to Bharat. But many of you probably heard this katha. Bharat did not sit as me will do the same so that we will be equal. Coming back to Ramayana, it says when Hanumanji entered chanting the name, what happened? Bharat is looking. Hanumanji knows everything. Hanumanji knows that Bhagwan, Sri Ram brother Bharat is looking. And what comes to his mind? He says, you know what? I cannot be dishonest to the brother of Sri Ram. Do we treat people same or similarly? Bhagwan Shri Ram is God. Bharat, you know, the brother. But Hanumanji is a great devotee of Sri Ram. And likewise, the way he treat his Lord, he treat the brother as well. He says to himself that, you know what? I cannot disguise myself. As Bharat came out, he says, Hanumanji put his hands together and he resumed to his natural form. He says, O Bharat, I am Hanuman, a devotee of Shri Ram. And as Bharat heard these words, what happened? What comes to his mind? A beautiful dua, Goswami Tulsidas speak. Raghupat Kartira सुरतन भरत देहु खुद सवारा मिलता प्रेम नहीं तिल समाता नयन सुरत जल पुलकित तारा
श्री राम जय राम भजो राम श्री राम जय राम भजो राम श्री राम जय राम भजो
While hearing these words, it says tears start to flow from his eyes because he knew that his Ram is coming. How many of you, when you heard about puja, you're happy? Raise your hand. I don't know if you're happy. When you hear that you're going to puja, or somebody have invited you to go to a jandi, there will be a question, everyone, and you would not tell me no, because I know it. The question that comes, how long the walk will take, so I can go to another one. When people come to book the puja, and they say, Pandit, how long the puja will take? You know what I tell them? I tell you right, what I tell them? I say to them or says to them that I will tell them in a nice way, and which is reality, which is honesty. But it might sound like a joke, but I never lie to them. I'll tell them that you are the one who perform the puja, and I am the one recite the prayer, the mantra. How you take your time and put the prasadam, the offerings down. If you take on or you do quick, that you puja, that's how we calculate the time. I don't know your speed. You want to test the speed this evening? Let me get up the asana and let's make a line. We will run around the block and see who first to come back. All of us are going to reach the same time here, my friends. It's not so. It says as the Pandit give the flower, some will put it like this. They'll throw it there. And some will take the time, they'll put the flower down, it look good. They'll turn it back again, it look good. But I'll wait till they finish. Because puja is about satisfaction. It's not about show. It says how you do it. When you finish, you move on again. And that is how we know when the puja will done. So, do you really love puja? Think about it. God tells us this evening, instead of being happy to go or attend or observe puja in Kali become a burden. And you will say, how come, Pandit? From the time you hear the puja will take so long, the foot start to hurt. The back start to hurt. Everywhere start to hurt before the puja start. So what will happen when the puja commences? Even though you don't have the pain, in your mind you're thinking about pain. Kata teaches us this evening, whenever we are in satsang, forget about your trouble, your problem, your pain. And by coming and forget about them, it is a healing process. That even though when you're walking back going home, you realize that, you know what? My knee was paining and the pain gone on the next side. You come back tomorrow night, the pain disappear. Isn't that so? But if you left the knee on the left and you don't come back, you know what happened? Do you want me to tell you? Continuation of Katha, it says that Bhagwan Bharat start to chant as well, Jai Shri Ram, and immediately as this chant is going around, the entire citizen of Ayodhya, they know that Bhagwan Shri Ram is coming back, it is the time. Loving devotees and friends. What they did? They began preparation. They start to decorate their homes. They start to decorate their yards. And while Hanumanji is going back to Bhagwan Shri Ram, tears was flowing from his eyes as well. There are two kinds of tears, you know. Not every time people cry, they get dead. Not every time you cry, you're hurt. Says you may be in puja, and by feeling the vibration, without you cannot control, tears will flow out of your eyes. That is considered tears of joy. And there's tears of Hanumanji going back to his Lord. See, Bharat is very excited. The entire Ayodhya, the citizens of Ayodhya, all the devotees are making huge preparation. He cannot wait to tell the Lord. And while going back, he's very, very happy. I want to tell you something this evening. There are some people that be happy when you're successful in life, you know. They are not Hanuman, but they are like Hanumanji. And there are some the opposite, loving devotees and friends. Tonight, Pata says that tears was flowing from their eyes as well. You know, sometimes when you're doing things like chores in your home, and by doing things and you're remembering the purpose of doing things, thought comes to your mind, you have memories, and sometimes you may cry or tears may come from the eye while you're preparing for puja or yajna. Anybody ever experienced that, my friends? Anybody ever sweep all the yard and you start to cry? And the neighbor look like, we gotta come away house tonight? No? Does not? Do you ever sit by yourself and you just sit like that and thinking about certain things, tears start to flow from your eyes. You start to get emotional. It says, that is how you count or measure the level of devotion in a devotee. It says, as they make preparation, what happened? Kata tells us, Shatbar kahore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Everyone?
Shatbar kahore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Shatbar kahore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Shatbar kahore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
He Mangala Nayana, He Gopi Jeevana Sham.
He Mangala Nayana, He Gopi Jeevana Sham.
Shatkotan Manasikaram,
Shatakoti Manam Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram.
all the everyone sing along.
Shatbar kahore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram. Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram.
It says, while Hanumanji is singing praise, going back to his Lord, searching everywhere for where Ram is to deliver the great news. What happened? At the other side, the entire Ayodhya, they're anxious and they're preparing. Hanumanji, he says that he's calling upon Lord Prabhu Shri Ram, Ram, Ram. And when Bhagwan Shri Ram took his appearance, not himself alone, but he took his appearance with Ram, Lakshman or Sita. Hanumanji, before he delivered the message, he started to sing praises and dance around them. What that tells us. You know when you get a visa for America, not no, long time. What does do? You do a little break dance in the house. You know. So Hanumanji has good news this evening. And before he delivered the news, the Lord knows everything. But he's looking at the characteristic of Hanumanji. Hanumanji is dancing around them. Dancing around them. You know, when we talk about the wrong people, do you know what comes to the mind? You don't know. Once again, I will not dwell on that part in Katha because I'm not here for this. Loving devotees and friends, it says that tears was flowing from the eyes of Sri Ram as well because he see how happy Hanumanji is. What God teaches us this evening? When your neighbor happy, you just be happy. When somebody sing nice than you and they sing nice, you just be happy. When somebody get a little bit bigger bank account than you and you work harder than them, you just be happy. I don't know about you, but I know about myself. Lovely devotees, it says the Lord see his happiness. And now he start to feel the happiness of Hanumanji likewise. What happened? It says that all the bear, the Vanner, Gyaan, and everyone heard the chanting, and everyone that helped Bhagwan Sri Ram his mission, they start to gather together. They gather together, they form a group. And loving devotees, as they form a group, they make the announcement that everyone make preparation, because now it's the time for all of us to journey to where? Where they're going? To Ayodhya. In today's world, whenever we hear about someone has become successful, what do we do? Or what should we do? Anyone? What should we do? It says follow the teachings here. It says that as you know that they're going, all of them join hands together and they're about to begin to journey to Ayodhya. Do you know the purpose of Gyaan's Satsangh? Anybody knows? I just mentioned in the Katha. It's for all of us to join together, because we are all going to where? One place, to that Bhagwan who we worship. That Bhagwan we name differently. And loving devotees and friends, it says, as they're about to journey to Ayodhya, the citizens of Ayodhya, they start to light diyas. And as they start to light the diya, like I mentioned earlier, they decorate their homes and their yards and everywhere. But not that alone, they also decorate the streets. Do you remember of anything here this evening? Huh? When Diwali comes, we receive. Anybody knows? You don't light the diya in the house alone, but you also decorate the street. Likewise, they did the same thing. Bharat is anxiously and willingly waiting to hand over the throne to who it's rightly belong to. Do you think everything belongs to us? I'll repeat again. Do you think everything belongs to us? I'll rephrase the question. Do you think everything that we want will belong to us? Whatever we have is because we deserve it. It's a blessing. Last night, Kata, we learned about Santosh, contentment. Loving devotees and friends, it says tonight that as we learn from Ramcharit Manas, we must learn to be fair in life, we must learn to be honest, be truthful, and also we must be humble. As Bhagwan Sri Ram entered into Ayodhya, they were praising the Lord. What they sing? These are the words. Raja Ram, Raja Ram, Raja Ram, Ram Ram.
Raja Ram, Raja Ram, Raja Ram, Ram Ram.
Raghupati Raghav, Raja Ram, Patita Pavan, Sita Ram.
Raghupati Raghav, Raja Ram, Patita Pavan, Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Baju Pyare Tu, Sita Ram.
Oh, Sita Ram,
we have the opportunity, we must grasp every moment when we have the opportunity to serve God. Because it says that, Naura Bhakti Nam Smaran Kirtanam, always chant the name of Bhagwan and serve wholeheartedly and see God in every, nobody knows, in every being's loving devotees.
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
ईश्वर अल्लाह हे होना सबको सम्मति दे भगवान।
ओ ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान।
ईश्वर राम हे होना सबको सम्मति दे भगवान।
ओ ईश्वर रामा तेरो नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम।
ओ रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम।
Says the Lord finally reaches his kingdom, something that belonged to him. But before I proceed in Katha, do you know the reason why Bhagwan Sri Ram had to go to exile? Or you need me to tell you? What is the purpose? Nobody knows? Come on, somebody say. Why Bhagwan Sri Ram had to go to exile? You know, if you know something and you're scared to speak, therefore you don't really know anything, you know. By saying it, if you make a mistake, you will be corrected to know what is right. But we as Hindus today, what happened? We think what we know is correct. And if you don't have an opportunity like this, all my brother Pandit and myself will have bad name because we're not doing a good job. Loving devotees. Bhagwan Sri Ram went to exile because of jealousy. Put it in simple terms. Tonight, he finally reached back, served for 14 years. He finally reaches his kingdom, which belonged to him. He says, whatever is for us, we will get it. It takes time, it takes patience, because patience is virtue. But not everybody like to wait, you know, my friends. God tells us, entering into the kingdom now, it is the time where they're beginning to make preparation, to prepare, to perform their prescribed ritual. I'll repeat again, their prescribed ritual for Bhagwan to become the king of Ayodhya. What that teaches us, we buy a new house or build a new house, there are prescribed ritual. You buy a new car before you go and you show it off. It is a must to perform prescribed ritual. It says the food before you fully evaluate it, it's a prescribed ritual by saying a prayer that thank you Bhagwan for this meal because I don't know where the next meal will come from. But now, today, especially the kids, they already know if there is no money, they don't know food will be on the table. And when the food come on the table and you just suit them, they will bend them out from the ear back to the next ear back. And when they're done, old time people are saying, let's get wapya. It's not so. Today, when you're making your face sour, when you have sattvic food, and fasting, you know what? The same sour food one day you will have to eat when hungry really come. And talking about sour food, long time, when we did not have the opportunity to have the fancy kind of delicious dishes we have in this day and age, when you don't have food or people again, anybody just came in? Myself. When you don't have no food and there's no time to cook, there's always be something in the house. There will always be salt, there will always be oil, there will always be tamarind, and if you have some leftover rice, you'll mix everything together. You put the sour tamarind and the food becomes so sweet. It says anything in life we can make it sweet is how we adapt it in life. So stop making face all over. This is my face, I'm serious, this is reality. I'm trying to laugh, but it's not working. Loving devotees and friends, it says tonight that when we have the opportunity to have our eat meal, thank Bhagwan. Thank God for the clothing that you have. Remember a long time we wear the pacho pants and go and they're not do garden, alright? Panditji says, last night, he asked the young generation, you're planting a kitchen thing there, the kitchen garden. He said, no man, you're not allowed to dig up the door. It says everything that we have in life, we must perform ritual. Now let's take one date. You don't know this story. I don't have the money to perform the ritual. They will say, I will say, why you don't have the money? What kind of ritual are you performing? It says, I have to go buy all the ingredients, all this stuff, whatever. It says tonight, the ritual is the prayer that you recite in your own way. And if you're afford now to do way beyond, it is a blessing to do something like this and way beyond or whatever in your life. Because that is what you want to do. And that is what will make you happy. Loving devotees, it says, as they're preparing to perform this prescribed ritual to Bhagwan Sri Ram in crowning him the king of Ayodhya. What happened? They start to sing glories to him. Prabhu Rama Ayodhya mein aaye, chalo re saki Ram se mile, chalo re saki Ram se mile.
Prabhu Rama Ayodhya mein aaye, chalo re saki Ram se mile, chalo re saki Ram se mile.
Ram se mile, siya Ram se mile.
Ram se mile, siya Ram se mile.
Rama Ayodhya mein aaye, chalo re saki Ram se mile.
Chalo re saki Ram se mile.
Prabhu Rama Ayodhya mein aaye,
चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले।
Ram Lakshman Janaki Dunari,
लक्ष्मण जानकी सुनारी,
Ram Lakshman Janaki Dunari,
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी दुलारी।
Anant Sangha mein aaye,
चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले।
Prabhu Rama
अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले।
And the says this evening that Kaikai, Maya, Sumitra, or Kausilya, they stand up, they held something in their hand, they held the taris, and as they hold the tari in their hand, their tears were flowing with joy from their eyes. And what happened? Sumitra, Mata, she began to arti. Gata tells us today. Mata Sumitra, arati utare.
माता सुमित्रा आरती उतारे,
Mata Sumitra, arati utare.
माता सुमित्रा आरती उतारे। चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले।
Prabhu Rama
अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले,
finished, Sita Mata went to the left hand side of Bhagwan Sri Ram. What that teaches us before I proceed with Katha. The divine Devi went to the left hand side of Bhagwan Sri Ram. Huh? You don't know? We heard the term, a family who prays together stays together. And whenever you try to pray together and try to stay together, it says there's a way we must stand in doing puja or doing services as well. Because in every Viva Sanskar, we all took the oath and the vow that whatever the husband do, the wife will be supported to it. And whatever the wife do, the husband will be supported to it. Do you think we're lying to Bhagwan? Huh? You don't think so? It says, loving devotees and friends, at this moment, as Bhagwan Sri Ram is about to get what he deserves or what's supposed to be for him, his Dharmapatni, the wife Sita Devi, she chose to go and stand at the left-hand side. It says, when a woman stands at the left-hand side of the husband, it means a lot, not the ring on the finger. Tonight, Katha teaches us that Bharat, Lakshmana or Shatrughan stand by his sides. And there is a great being which we are about to get to. It says, Hanumanji, where is his position? Where is his asana?
Next week.
Says he took the asana next to the feet of Sri Ram. It teaches us a little difference. It says, as Sita Mata stood by the side, the left hand side, it tells the world that they're husband and wife. As Hanumanji chose to sit at the feet of Bhagwan, it tells us in the world that he is a true devotee of Sri Ram. Katha tells us, continuation. It says everyone is singing glories, and as they're singing glories, it says many things occur in a celebration. But nowadays celebration there's different, and there's many things that unnecessary occur in celebration, is not so? Sometimes when you go to the Matikor, walking in, you see Bhagwan this side, and you see something at Inara altar. Do you experience it the same way? I'll tell you, when I'm performing certain ritual in New York, which many people condemn, if they don't get it straight, you know what will happen? You don't need me to tell you. It says it's used as we're doing puja just for puja's sake. We must do puja for the purpose. And that's why none of us will get blamed when we have the full blessings of puja. Puja is not about what we think or what we're doing, loving devotees and friends. They're way beyond expectation. What happened? They continue to dance, they continue to celebrate, they continue to glorify the name of Sri Ram. And what happened? Continuation, as they perform the prescribed ritual, the arti, they took their asana, they continue, as Katha tells us this evening. Rama, oh Rama re, bhul mat jana, teri ayodhya chor ke, oh Ram ji,
Teri ayodhya chor ke, Rama oh Ram re, bhul mat jana, teri ayodhya chor ke, oh Ram ji, teri ayodhya chor ke.
deep palaya tere liye,
धूप लाया दीप लाया तेरे लिए, धूप लाया दीप लाया तेरे लिए, छोड़ के तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के.
It says tonight, as they wave the arti, they start to take chawal, the rice, and the flowers that you pick from the tree, not to make the roti after the puja you eat. And when you celebrate a birthday or celebrate of anything, there is a prescribed prayer or ritual or whatever you may call it. We perform, and how they do it. They'll take the rice grain with the flower or the petal, and they will hold it in their hands. And by doing so, they will sprinkle to give blessings. And tonight, Tata teaches, it says, as they all have the rice and the flour, they start to sprinkle and welcome their new Raja, the new king. And by doing so, it says, tonight, they continue to wave the arti in receiving the darshan. Tonight, very importantly, listen very carefully. Talking about waving the arti. How much time you should wave the arti? Anybody knows? Before I tell you how much time, which direction we should wave the arti? We start from the, and we go around. How much time we go around? 3 times. Says we should not go around more than 3 times, because just like in life we give people and devotees a first chance, a second chance, and lastly a third chance. And what it teaches us, as we going 3 times around, that is not little, that is not more than enough, but that is good and proper. But by keeping doing and waving and waving and waving, what happened? You know what happened, right? It says there is a prescribed way how to wave the arti 3 times around from the left to right. Loving devotees and friends, God will continue to tell us this evening. They did not stop arti and wave, because it says this is what protects us, the deep. And many of you know old people that take the tari and they fan the flame in the house. Do you still do that? When you do puja and you arti and you walk around, you never see people do like this. They find the fire around when they walk. If they do that now, you think like they're going crazy, right? God will teach us this evening, as they continue to arti, they start to fan the fire like this. To what? To remove all negative influence and bring good health, good strength, so that the Raja, the new king, will rule successfully. Because whenever we bless with something, there will always be jealousy, and we have to protect what we bless with. Loving devotees and friends, it says, Bhagwan Shri Ram and Sita Mata, they decided now, because they have now, they become rich, they become the king, the queen, and what they choose to do, they decide to give the gifts of appreciation. I want to ask you here, when you get things, you just give. It's like, keep it, man, I'll keep it for hard time. And next thing, that thing pop up there, cobweb, take it, where somebody can utilize it. New things come every day, you know. New phone, new clothing. You just pack it there when you get time. I'm gonna wear that. You will never wear that. That become junk. Give it away. Give people to utilize it. Loving devotees, Sita Mata and Bhagwan Shri Ram choose to give gifts. Who they are giving gift to? It says, when time comes for work, you will see a lot of people. You should correct me, you know. You should correct me, right? When time comes for work, you will see what? A handful of people. And when gift ready to give, you will see what? Who he choose to give gift to? Not the entire Ayodhya city, but who was with him. His entire, you may call it army or group or whatever, his company. And who are those company, loving devotees and friends? It says the one that helped him in a battle with Ravana. They call upon them one by one, and they're giving beautiful gems, jewelry, and by doing so, they're expressing their gratitude. Loving devotees and friends, Bhagwan Shri Ram teaches us as well in life that whenever someone hires their hand and do something for us, we must give our gratitude to them as well. in whatever way we choose, but not what they tell us or what they expect in life. Sita Mata saw Hanumanji just stood there by the feet, and he's not paying any mind at all what's going on, but he is gazing at the feet of Bhagwan Sri Ram. So a thought came into his mind that, you know what, Hanumanji played a great role in the mission, but he's not fighting for anything at all. He just stayed here and he gave everybody opportunity first. So now you will know if you are a great devotee or not. It says, Sita Mata, while Bhagwan Sri Ram is giving the gift, she is observing. It says, everywhere we go, when we do things, people are looking at us, even though you think. And by looking now, they might misinterpret and they might think their own way. But whatever you're doing, do it for the good reason. Let it be dharmic. Lovely devotees, tonight Katha says, as Sita Mata looked at Hanumanji, who played a great part, becoming victorious, by Bhagwan Sri Ram becoming victorious, but he did not get angry at all that everyone has been called and he left out. In this day and age, when we do things and when our name did not call, we what? There's a 3-letter word. We what? Vex. Very good. Give Mahesh, give her an extra personality. Katha continued to tell us this evening that seeing this, Sita Mata chose to do something. She took off her Vara Vaijanti Mala and right away he placed it on the neck of Hanumanji. And everybody is looking now. In a split second something occurred which is considered a lot of negative thoughts. How he get that or we not get that? It says the best comes. You don't know. There is two things in sharing food, you know. If you go first and you take, you'll take a little bit because everybody got to get. But there's a different way. If you go last, you might get the whole curry, everything. So patience is virtue, like I said. It says tonight, everybody get their little gift now in their hands. And by Sita Mata choose to take out that sacred mala. And before I explain, do you know what kind of mala is that? Says it is considered as one of the most precious and expensive. Now they're looking at their gift and somebody get more than them. What happened? Does this sound familiar? What happened tonight? It says Hanumanji took the gift and he started to look at the bead. And as he's looking at the bead, everyone is looking at him. As he is looking at the pearl, sorry. And while he's looking, he's not seeing what he's looking for. But everybody is seeing what the bead represent or what the word I will say. But he's looking for something else. Hanumanji did not satisfy, but what he did, loving devotees and friends, he took off that bead from his neck and he started to look again. You know, sometimes we look one time, we look 2 times. And if we don't see what we want to see, he started to do something else. What he did, he started to break the mala and start to bite the beads. He started to bite the pearl. By doing this, everyone is looking, my friends. And as everyone is looking, it says tonight that Bibhishana, he was very, very angry and upset. Because, why? Why he is upset? Because he knows that this mala is very, very precious. And in his mind, he thinks Hanumanji is going crazy. Sometimes he will puja go on, people clap their hand and shake their hand and enjoy. Say you're on mad there. Doesn't work like that. You think about yourself, what goes on in your life. Think about this area. Loving devotees and friends, everyone looking, Bibhishans begin to laugh at him. And as he laughed at him, something is about to happen. Katha tells us this evening. Jai Raghunandana जय सिया रामा जय रघुनंदन जय सिया रामा
जय रघुनंदन जय सिया रामा जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम
जय रामा जय रामा जय रामा सिया राम
जय रघुनंदन जय सिया रामा जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम जय रामा जय रामा जय रामा सिया राम जय रघुनंदन जय सिया रामा जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम
संगा भानु बाहुधारा राम और सीता मरना हनुमत मारू चित एककारी राम और सीता निर्भय जय
रघुनंदन जय सिया रामा जय रघुनंदन जय सिया रामा जय रामा जय रामा जय रामा सिया राम
जय रामा
जय रामा सिया राम
जय रामा
जय रामा जय रामा सिया राम
It says, Vibhishan and speak to Hanumanji. It says, Oh Hanuman, what are you looking for? In your hand, you hold the most expensive gift, and we wish that we can have that. And you have it now you're breaking it apart. What are you looking for, Hanuman? Are you going crazy? These are the terms of Vibhishan. Hanumanji turns to Bhagwan Sri Ram, and it says that a smile from the face appear, and every one of you, when you look at Bhagwan Sri Ram, do you ever see his heart? Huh? He always smiles, have you noticed? Because he is the knower of everything, and he chooses to take the form ordinary to test us as human beings. Tonight, God continue to tell us, as you look at Bhagwan Sri Ram, Hanumanji is seeking permission. It says that he is looking at his Lord if he is okay what he is about to do. As Vibhishan insulted him in front of everyone, what did he do? He says that I am looking for. Does this make sense? He is looking for Ram in the bean and he is right in front of Ram. Does that make sense? Bhagwan is right in front of us in the Murti. But how much a look in ourselves is Bhagwan reside? God teaches us this evening. As he stood there, the Lord himself, full appearance, true appearance, but he did not satisfy. Because everything that he has in his life, he believed that his ground, and there is more beyond that, should be present in everything that he achieved in his life. What happened? God tells us. As he says to Vibhishan that I'm looking for my Ram. And as he's saying that he's looking for his Ram, Vibhishan says to him that seems that you're looking for Ram in that be is Ram in you. And action speaks louder than words. God tells us. चीर की चाकी भोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान मेरे मन में बसे है राम मेरे तन में बसे है राम मेरे मन में बसे है राम मेरे तन में बसे है राम
चीर के चाहते भोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान चीर के चाहते भोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान मेरे मन में बसे है राम मेरे तन में बसे है राम मेरे मन में बसे है राम मेरे तन में बसे है राम
मेरे मन में
बसे है राम मेरे तन में बसे है राम.
It says the son of Pawan loving God, he took his hand and he held his chest. And as he held his chest, he says, Jai Shri Ram. And he began to pierce his chest with his hand. And as he opened his chest, what happened, loving devotees and friends? It says, everyone at present has to close their eyes. What that teaches us, it says tonight, social media should not see everything in our puja, but only certain things. Alright? Only certain things. It says everyone, they could not have the opportunity to see right away, but when the time is right. It says in the chest of Hanumanji, as he about to prove the point, what he is doing, it says a bright light is shining in his chest. And as the light shines in his chest, what happened? Everyone choose to close their eyes. When we are in puja, it is a must to close your eyes. Because when you open your eyes, there is where you will have the blessings, what you're praying for. Now open it and look for it. Close your eyes and it will appear. But when the Pandit says, I want to pray now, clasp your hands and close your eyes. Tonight as you're going back home, remember, every time you hear prayers, sit upright. Put your hands together. Focus your mind and close your eyes. Because at the end of the prayer, miracle will happen. This says this evening, Katha, as they all close their eyes, what happened? Everyone, they choose now to go closer because they know there's something occurring. And as they choose to go closer, have you ever closed your eye and walked before? No? Let's say the place is very, very bright and all the light turn off, the place get dark. If you open your eye, it does not make sense at all because you open it or you close it, you will not see anything at all. What I just do, I just close my eye because when you close your eye, it opens the third eye. And when you open the third eye, you start to go with the feelings now. And you will put your foot one by one and by one. And you're praying up when you knock down on the way. Alright? So they choose to do the same as well. They close their eyes, the physical eyes, and they're starting to open their spiritual eye, the third eye. And while they're doing that, they're walking to go closer. Like everything that something happened, people want to see first, to get a better shot of it, right? So they try to go closer and closer. And what happened, lovely devotees and friends? Bibhishan was all the way in front and he is about to open his eyes. And as he is about to open his eyes, my friends, what happened? What he saw, tears start to flow from his eyes. When you close your eye, even though you don't want to cry or tears supposed to come out, when you open it, some of the eyes start to run water, isn't that so? What do you call it? Crocodile tears? Fake tears? Devotees all, but it tells us that the light turns into a great effect which portrays now the true appearance of Bhagwan Sri Ram or Sita Mata. So Bibhishan has seen this in the chest of Hanumanji. What happened? He started to cry because he was very embarrassed. Hanumanji says, in his message, not only Ram in me, but Sita as well. It says in every husband and wife in a relationship, if there is Shiva and no Durga, it is incomplete. If there is no Durga and there is Shiva, it is incomplete. Loving devotees and friends. So tonight it says, giving this message now, they all realized that Hanumanji was not an ordinary he is not an ordinary being or person, loving devotees and friends. So what they did, instead of insulting him, instead of look down to him, the situation changed. And what they did, it tells us tonight, that whenever we have problems in life, we must surrender to Hanuman. Never tell your Hanuman how big is your problem. Tell your problem how big is your Hanuman. Because just like when he said Jai Shri Ram from a little tiny ant, he can grow into mountain size. And likewise, he can reduce that size as well. So when problem come, little one, big one, tell them about not Superman and Batman, but Hanuman. God tells us this evening that all of us, we have problems here, is not so? Only me alone have problem? Every one of us have problems, is not so? So surrender to your Hanuman tonight as we sing glories, like all of them choose what they sing. Bolo Pawana Putra Hanuman ki Jai Bajrang Bali ki Bolo Bolo Hanuman Bolo Bhakto Siya Ram Shri Ram ke चरणों में बन के बिगड़ी काम
बोलो बोलो हनुमान बोलो भक्तो सिया राम श्री राम के चरणों में बन के बिगड़ी काम बोलो बोलो हनुमान बोलो भक्तो सिया राम
पवन पुत्र हनुमान जी की जय बजरंग बली की I'm not hearing the jai पवन पुत्र हनुमान जी की बोलो बजरंग बली की बोलो बोलो हनुमान
बोलो भक्तो सिया राम श्री राम के चरणों में बन के बिगड़ी काम बोलो बोलो हनुमान बोलो भक्तो सिया राम
उसकी शोभा है विष्णु के उसकी शोभा है मोहन से
उसकी शोभा है विष्णु में उसकी शोभा है मोहन से
उसी ने जब शीश झुकाया धनुष बने आँखा के बन के राम मैया राम श्री राम
बोलो बोलो हनुमान बोलो भक्तो सिया राम श्री राम के चरणों में बन के बिगड़ी काम बोलो बोलो हनुमान बोलो भक्तो सिया राम
बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय बजरंग बली की Says tonight, if you forgot on God like that, Jai, you know what happened? Lovely devotees and friends, I want to say tonight, by saying Jai, we're celebrating victory in all of our life. It's a blessing. So tonight, God teaches us that they turn the situation around from insulting and embarrassing. Action speaks louder than words. He proved that he is a great devotee of Sri Ram. And now, he didn't tell them to worship or choose or tell them what to do, but they choose to honor him. Like all of us singing praise to this divine Lord. Bhagwan Sri Ram touched the chest of Hanumanji, and what happened? That wound of his heart healed. You know, there are some people when they touch your life, there's a huge difference. And there are some people when they touch your life is upside down. Tonight, Hanumanji says to Bhagwan Sri Ram, these are the words he speaks. He Roma Roma mein basne wale Ram. He Roma Roma mein basne wale Ram. Jagat ke Swami हे अंतर्यामी
मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू
मैं
तुझसे क्या मांगू
हे रोम रोम में
बसने वाले राम जगत की स्वामी हे अंतर्यामी मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू हे रोम रोम में बसने वाले राम.
Lovely devotees, it says in Katha, Bhagwan Sri Ram says, today you prove to the world that you are the greatest devotee of me. And O Hanuman Swami, ask me whatever you want, and you will receive. Imagine God up here and says, tell me what you want, and you will get it here tonight. Think about what you want. A lot of things, right? Hanumanji says, Hey Prabhu, Hey Roma Roma me Basne Wale. Says He Roma Roma in every pores of my body, not in the heart alone in my chest, but in every pores of my body you reside. What more I want, Prabhu? You know, there's sometimes when you listen to bhajan, you have, what do you call it? There's where, what happened? The divine is taking action in your pore, and it creates a different feeling. That is what called devotion. Loving devotees and friends, the Lord says, Hey Prabhu, what should I ask for when I have you as God? You is everything. Isn't that what the prayer said? Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva. Oh God, you're everything to me. What else I want when you is everything to me? I have you, Ram. And Bhagavan Shri Ram smiled. It says, today I will pronounce to the world and everyone that you will be respected and be known as Rama Bhakta Pujari. And those three words have great meanings. Rama Bhakta Pujari. It says that today you are the greatest devotee of Sri Ram. And lastly it says, you are the greatest servant of Sri Ram. We are all devotees, but not everybody is servant. Do you agree or not? Servant mean when you go clean up the mandir. Servant mean when you spreading the sheep. That is what considered as a great devotee. So if you do the first part, we have to complete the second part to get here. Shivari Mata teaches us, she did not dress up like us in Satsangh, but when everybody leave, she entered in the ashram and she cleaned. And she desired to see Bhagavan Shri Ram. And when she sees Shri Ram, what happened? She could not even believe that she has been permitted. Whatever we bless with is because of our karma. As Hanumanji blessed with this great gift, loving devotees and friends, Hanumanji says, Prabhu, permit me that I will always be at your lotus-like feet, and permit me that every minute, every second in your life, I must perform service to you. And the Lord says, so shall it be. Blessings. What happened? Everything come to a conclusion. As we are about to come to a conclusion, sending you back home. Everyone leave the courtyard, and what happened? It says, Hanumanji stood by the gate, the doorway of the chamber. And as Hanumanji stood there, he put his hands there, because everything done, but he still put his hands together, chanting Ram name. How much of you, when you go home, you will chant Ram name? If you didn't plan to, I will ask you, please do. Loving devotees, he stood there chanting Ram name. While Sita Mata and Bhagavan Shri Ram went into the chamber, what happened? Sita Mata took a shower, and she started to dress up. By dressing up, she came out of the room and she forget something. Do you know what she forget? And many of you probably forget it tonight too. We have Ikambaro Sav and tomorrow you'll pay Mahesh. Loving devotees and friends, as Sita Mata about to step out of the room, she recognized that she forget something and she entered back into the room. Now every time you forget your cell phone, you go back for that, so useless when it comes to puja. There's something greater than that. Especially women. And especially, I will tell you because you know. It says she went back and she started to put the sindoor on her mouth. Hanumanji stood there and he is looking, my friends. Like our children, when we do things, they have questions for us. And as the mother stepped out, he says, Mata, what is the red thing you have on your head? Can you tell me what is that? Mata says, Oh Hanuman, this is sindoor. He says, Ma, can you explain why did you put this sindoor on your mouth? Sita Mata says, I put this sindoor on my mouth is because whenever I put it on, this makes Sri Ram very happy and make him live long. And now you know why the husband and death quick, right? And Hanumanji, hearing this, there's nothing better he wants to hear. He says, you put this sindoor on your mouth, Bhagwan Sri Ram happy and make him live long. And I just ask you something, grant me the permission, Oh Prabhu, that I will always be at your feet and serve you. Grant me that vardhan, that gift. And this is an opportunity now. Every time we have opportunity to be in satsang like this, grasp it, loving devotees and friends, because we don't know what tomorrow holds for us. COVID teaches us that if you talk to somebody tomorrow, Ram Naam Satya Hai. It says tonight that Sita Mata explained, and it says that likewise, wife should wear their sindoors in representing the same aspect. What he did, he went now and he take all his sindoor and cover his whole body from head to toe. All the sindoor, probably Mahesh whole shop, we get the whole stock. Everything, all the sindoor that the rest don't know. This is sindoor. He probably didn't remember the name, but he remembered the purpose and the function of that red thing. And loving devotees, what he did, he smeared his entire body from head to toe. Hanumanji went before Sri Ram, and as he went before Sri Ram, like every one of us, when you go in front of the mirror, and one eyelash higher than the other one, what has happened? When you put the tilak and that twist one side, what has happened? Everyone looking at Hanumanji now, and they start to laugh at him. Instead of he put his sindoor on the forehead, he bathed in his sindoor. What's going on? Bhagwan Sri Ram is looking, my friend. Sita Mata is smiling because God knows everything, my friends. We cannot hide anything from Bhagwan, but we can hide it from, you know it well, loving devotees. What happened? It says, tears start to flow from the eyes of Bhagwan Sri Ram. And he get up eventually. And as he get up, Sita Mata says, Hey Prabhu, do you know why he did that? Hanumanji asked me why I placed the sindoor on my mouth, and I only tell him, this make you happy and make you live long. And this is what he did. Hanumanji, without any hesitation, Bhagwan Sri Ram rushed and hugged Hanumanji. If I had sindoor all over your body, you would come hug me tonight. All those of you who wear white clothing, you got to think twice. Right? Loving devotees and friends, what happened tonight? Kata tells us, final chopai. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama,
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram.
जब आदि भलाता भूलदा हो हनुमंता बड़ा के तुम्हारा राम
Shri Ram Jai Ram,
सदा गुण के कारा गरे मन भावी मंगल वर Bhagwan Sri Ram hugging Hanumanji, he says, "Oh Hanuman, today is Mangalvar." Today is what? You forget the day. Today is what? Tuesday. He says, "Oh Hanuman, today is Tuesday. And this day will be very, very special to you. It will be a special day and always dedicated to you. And on this day, for whoever chooses to worship you, offer sindoor upon your image, will fulfill all desire from or in their life." What Hanumanji teaches us this evening. He didn't ask for anything, you know. But look what he have. What he have. He is one of the greatest devotee. Rama Bhakta Pujari, the greatest servant. And now it says he has a day now dedicated to him. A Tuesday, Mangalvar. It says Tuesday, and for whoever now, because he becomes so great, worship will be performed unto the day and age of Kali Yuga till today. And whosoever choose to worship Hanuman on this auspicious day will have the full blessings when they offer sindoor upon the image. Loving devotees and friends, is there any one of you have desire? Anybody? I'm the only one have some desire. I want to ask you this evening, as this brings us to the end of Katha, while we are making preparation to do something that you all will go back home, to have the opportunity to fulfill your desire. Before we do so, it says in every prayer, in every puja we commence, we have to call upon Him. Tonight we have a beautiful image by our altar. I'll ask assistance. At this moment, I will ask, while we're doing and invite the presence of Hanumanji within that image, as we are about meeting him, and for him to fulfill all our desire, loving devotees and friends, we are about to energize and welcome the divine being. Meanwhile, they're performing that puja, they're making offerings, bathing, offer chandan and perfume, flowers and so forth. And then I will instruct you what next we will do. Let us all sing as we invite the presence. Vande Santam Hanumantam,
Vande Santam Hanumantam,
Oh Vande Santam Hanumantam,
Oh Vande Santam Hanumantam,
Rama Bhaktam Bhagavantam,
Ramakatyam Balavantam,
Vande Santam Hanumantam,
Oh Vande Santam Hanumantam,
Gyaan Pandita Anjali Karanam,
Gyaan Pandita Anjali Haryam,
Gyaan Pandita Anjali Karanam,
Gyaan Pandita Anjali Haryam,
Pavana Putram Bhaskara Tejam,
Paramutta Kashmandana Tejam,
Bhaskara Tejam, Bhaskara Tejam, Bhaskara Tejam. O Pranadeva,
O Pranadeva,
O Vande Santam Hanumantam,
Bolo Vande Santam Hanumantam,
O Vande Santam Hanumantam,
O Vande Santam Hanumantam,
Ram Bhaktam Balavantam,
O Rama Bhaktam Balavantam,
Vande Santam Hanumantam,
O Vande Santam Hanumantam,
O Vande
Santam Hanumantam,
Vande Santam Hanumantam. Avanaputra Hanuman Ji ki. At this moment, for those of you who keep fast and clean, I will ask you to come forward, join hands with the Yajman. We are about to make 108 offerings on the image with Sindur to Hanumanji. That when you go back home this evening, we are all going back and fulfilling our desire. Because that is what Kata teaches us this evening. Come closely, touch one another's hands for those of you who are clean as we perform. Also, that is not all. We will offer 108 rot, which is one of his favorite prasadam to Hanumanji. So, every time you say Mama, okay? So we gotta be very accurate every time, Nama. You must be ready to make that offerings, alright?
Melusi.
प्रेम से बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। ओम नमो हनुमते नमः।
Om Namo Hanumate Namaha,
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 हनुमते नमः
Om Namo Hanumate Namaha.
Om Namo Hanumate Namaha
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 Om Namo Hanumate Namaha.
प्रेम से बोल पवन पुत्र मान की
जय।
बजरंग बली की पवन पुत्र मान की सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम Thank you all for your patient listening. Bhagwan's blessings once again.
Principal Vyas Maharaj ki, Principal Pavanaputra Hanuman ki. Sisters and brothers, I'm sure that we all have go home tonight with something where we have learned tonight and about the important, about humbleness and about the devotees. I do not want to take much of your time, sisters and brothers. Panditji actually dealt with you so much. Let me once again acknowledge the President of Pandit with us and our very own Mona Didi with us to do us our final devotional for this evening, and then we stand for the final arti. We'll listen to the enchanted voice of our very own Mona Didi. Give her a bigger round of applause. The one and only.
Shri Ram, Shri Ram.
May the blessing of my Saraswati continue to bless you and you continue to shine. And with that beautiful voice, sisters and brothers, lover of Satya Sanatana Dharma, let me once again say, word of welcome. We are very happy to see so much of you in today's Gyaan Satsangh. Devotees, we cannot affiliate everyone or put everyone into our program. You know that time is going, but sisters and brothers, let me say thank you so much to being here. To the devotees of the Bushland Vishnu Mandir, devotees from the Lancaster Govinda Mandir, devotees from the Wim Roadside Ramakrishna Mandir, the Wim Waterside Mandir, the Hampshire Ganesh Mandir, the Hampshire Sanatan Mandir, the Dr. Shri Krishna Mandir, the Albion Front Vishnu Mandir, the Sandri Shri Krishna Mandir. We are very happy to have all of you devotees with us, to all you wonderful pandits and all with you. And to Bhaiji Bisho all the way from USA, to our one and only Mona Didi with us, and to all you other pandits here, thank you so much to be in Satsang here this beautiful evening. Also we have Panditji from Mahaika. Thank you so much. You know, tomorrow evening, or do not go home with the mind that, you know, the MC did not mention my name. I'm not going to come back tomorrow night or to be part of Satsang. Devotees, action thy duty, reward not thy concern. Be humble, be simple, be example. Be the leader for tomorrow. We all are different leaders in our own ways, in our different manner, and we need to put the example out there so our younger generation can follow. Sisters and brothers, by serving the Dharma, this is what we all here, to serve in Dharma. Not to be recognized, my brothers and sisters, but whatever little we have, we must need to teach our younger generation. Because in every one of us is that Krishna, is that Ram, is that Hanuman. Let us all reflect on Hanumanji. When Bhagavan Sri Ram have come into the age of Treta Yuga, he showed man how to live. Sisters and brothers, and let us all live it with love. You know, people would not remember the fancy clothes that we have on, the expensive jewel we have on, but you know what they will remember at the end of the day? How do we treat them? Sisters and brothers, treat somebody with respect, with love, and help them. My brothers and sisters, shall you all please stand for the final arti where we continue as we ask our one and only Mona Didi to lead us into arti. And we have this beautiful Behenji who will be chorusing Mona Didi with tonight.
This
lead us into partner.
Should we all do